Hold that pointed at the camera.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, folks, we're gonna get started. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get started right now. Just to get everybody warmed up, I wanted to do a little chanting here, just to gather people's attention. Ready? Schoolsnotjails! 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 Alright. Remember, chanting keeps you warm. Okay. I'm going to turn it over to our first speaker for this rally today against the proposed construction of a new juvenile detention center. And that is Lester Spence.
Woo!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy MLK Day! So, when I was asked to speak by the organizers, I was like, damn, did I just speak to you guys? And for those of you who don't know, we just had an event, or we just tried to keep a sister in her home last week, and I talked there as a homeowner who was dealing with foreclosure issues. So when I was asked to speak today, I actually exhibited some concern because I didn't want to be the black guy on the mic. And I'm looking around and, yeah, I didn't want to be the black guy on the mic. That was part of it, right? But I realized that one of the things that drives my politics, but that I don't talk about, just like I don't normally talk about the foreclosure issue and how that's close to home for me, I don't talk about the fact that not only am I a scholar, but I'm a parent and an uncle. I'm a parent of 5 children, of 3 boys and 2 girls, and I'm the uncle of 5 children, 2 boys and 3 girls. In fact, I brought some of my children today just so to a certain extent we can see the face of the people we're fighting for. Could you do me a favor? If you're related to me, raise your hand high. So as a parent, how does me being a parent drive my politics on this issue? One of the things that we have to fight for is, in a lot of cases, what we're fighting for is not the present. What we're fighting for is the future. If we think about Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, MLK, what they fought for was not their ability to see a better world, because they knew on some level they wouldn't be here to see that better world. What they were fighting for was a better world for their children. Now, how can we create that better world or begin to articulate what that better world looks like? The first thing that means at a very material level is dealing with the quality of our schools. There's been a tremendous transition, if you look from 1970 to now, where our schools have gradually become more and more prison-like. If you look at the design, you've got very narrow windows when you have them at all. My son's middle school, there's a police officer in the middle of the school with a gun directing traffic. And we now take that as normal, and it shouldn't be. So, when I was asked to speak today, and I thought about this issue, I thought 2 things. One is that this is a natural transition for Occupy. So the foreclosure issue represents one plank, the school-to-prison pipeline represents another plank. It's a material issue that everybody in the city of Baltimore and its surrounding areas, its surrounding suburbs, have to deal with, because they've either got children who are connected to it, or they're paying either directly or indirectly to help create and recreate. So that's one thing. So what we have to do This is really hard for me. What we have to do is we have to figure out how we can make the transition. How we can make the transition from a place where only 3 high schools in the entire city of Baltimore routinely sends people to college to a place where most of the high schools in Baltimore routinely send people to college. We have to create a place where from now on it's not normal to see police officers in our schools. Where 3 strikes and you're out is not normal. Where it's not normal to have a black kid who's doing nothing more than acting out of it be kicked out of school and sent into the streets. So what does that mean as far as this supposed building over there? What we have to do, if we can't prevent this space from being built, we have to at the very least, tell people that we want a new world. And we have to show that with our feet. I was telling my kids on the way, because I was having a discussion with them about government, and they were like, Dad, my daughter asked me, that one, with the purple. She said, Dad, if the government says something is right, isn't that the only, what did she say? She said, if the government says it's right, does anything else matter? Think about that. If the government says it's right, why does anything else matter? That's what's become the new norm. And some of you guys know me. You know what my politics are. If my kids are the ones that are reproducing this, it's like we've got a lot of work to do. Government isn't the only thing that determines what's right. Government isn't the only thing that determines what's legal. What we have to do in this moment is recapture that sense that the city is ours, that we have the right to determine what we're going to do with our money. That we have the right to say, we don't want a $100 million facility that's designed to deal with kids who are charged as adults. In fact, we don't even believe that that identity should exist.
That's right.
Right? We have to do that. We have to take that back. I'm so thankful that you guys are doing this work. It's incredible work, and I'll just close by saying the same thing I said last week. We don't know when change is going to come. We don't know what change looks like when it comes. But what we do know is change will only come when we demand it. Change will only come when we demand it. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to bring up our next speaker, Marilyn Shaw from the Baltimore Algebra Project. The Algebra Project's been working on this issue for a long time now.
Woo!
How y'all doing?
Good!
Y'all wrong?
No!
Alright, like you said, I'm a youth organizer with the Baltimore Algebra Project. And let me just start giving a little history about why we're here. The state of Maryland plans to construct a $104 million youth facility that's going to house youth charged as adults, right? And right now, youth housed in the adult facility only holds about, on average, 50 young people a day, right? And this new youth prison is going to hold 120. This doesn't make any sense to me. If the prison that we currently have is only 50 young people who are being held there on a day-to-day basis, why do we need a facility that's going to cost $104 million that's going to hold 120 of our young people? So, it makes no sense. So, me and some of my colleagues have been going to schools and talking to young people about this issue, about the school-to-prison pipeline, and they question it. They said, I don't understand why the government, that the state is planning to build a $104 million youth facility when during the summertime I don't have a job and I want a job. I'm on the in the right direction. They have questions. You know, they don't understand why the government is constructing a new youth facility, spending $104 million on this facility, while the mayor has $8 million to put into the plans for more policing. So at the end of the day, the youth are connecting these dots, and they're saying $8 million for policing, $104 million to construct a new youth facility. They're connecting these dots, and basically it's telling them that don't nobody care about me. Don't nobody care about the fact that I'm on the corner and I don't have a job and it's hard for me to survive on a day-to-day basis. You know, they're asking these questions. And the state of Maryland is not paying our young people any mind, any attention, because we fail to ask these questions on the day-to-day. We fail to challenge this system. We should be the ones making the change. They shouldn't be making the decisions for us. We should be making these changes. We have the power to make change. We have to believe and understand that we do have the power to make change. But until we understand that we do have that power, we will remain in the situation that we are in right now. The state of Maryland will build a $104 million youth facility on that corner, because we fail to ask these questions, and we fail to challenge this system because we feel so powerless. We do have the power. We just have to believe that we do have this power that we have inside of us. So I'm so glad that y'all came out today, because I see that we believe that we do have this power. We need to talk to more people and say we got to challenge this system that does not lend itself to our needs, because we put them in office, and just like we put them in office, we can take them out. We're tired of these injustices that are going on right before our very eyes, and we just standing here sitting on our hands like nothing is going on. And we know that something needs to be changed, and we're not doing nothing about it. I'm going to quote MLK. He said, injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So that's why we're here today, because there's an injustice here in Baltimore City that we need to address, and we need to address it as a community, because until the day we come together as a community on a unified front, nothing is going to change. Nothing. So it is our job and our duty to challenge this system and to come together as unified people. And we need to understand that we do have this power. We do possess this power, but we have to utilize this power. We can't say that, if I do such and such, then the government might not agree with it. Ask the government. At the end of the day, but anyway, at the end of the day, it's us, right? We deal with the day-to-day issues, the day-to-day trying to figure out, how I'm going to feed my child, the day-to-day, how I'm going to pay my house note. We're dealing with that. And we got to let the government know, look, mother freaker, we're tired of you. We're sick and tired of you, and we cannot let our ancestors live in vain. They fought so we could be where we at today. MLK, he was at rallies, he had speeches about injustices, and he didn't die. We shouldn't let him die in vain. He had those so that we could be at a better place. Not so that we can sit down on our hands and not do nothing about it, so that we can feel powerless. Take your power back today and the rest of the day. Whatever you believe in, you fight for, and you believe that you believe in that power, and you utilize that power to make some change. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming out and believe in the power that you do have, and understand that you do have it, as long as we have it on a unified front. Thank you.
Woo! Alright, we got another person from the Algebra Project that we're going to want to speak. Nicole? Alright. So, like she said, I also work for the Algebra Project. Marlon stole half of my speech that was already pre-written. But it's okay. Well, this issue, Marilyn and myself, we travel around to different high schools around the city, and we talk about this issue, right?
And the reason why we travel to different high schools, because like she said, a lot of youth in Baltimore City don't realize that they actually have the power to change these things, right? So we're here today as adults giving them this power back to our youth, right, and our young people. And the message I really want everyone to get out of today's action and everything that we're doing is that there's always someone somewhere, whether you know it or not, fighting for you, right? So if you feel powerless, see, that's amazing. So have my speech about, possessing your own power and stuff. So if you feel powerless, know that regardless of whatever your plight is, there's someone else out there somewhere that feels your pain in some way, shape, or form, right? So today is very important to me for many reasons, right? Because I know people, I lived with people or a person who was locked up in Baltimore City Detention Center and had to deal with those inhumane conditions. I've heard the stories numerous times from different people all across the city, about how these conditions are so inhumane and that young people are they're supposed to have the most rights out of everybody in the whole United States. So it's like, you might not have the right to vote, but you have the right to supposedly free health care. You supposedly have the right to free dental. You supposedly, as a youth, have a guaranteed right to education. You supposedly have all of these rights. But the basic human right to live in conditions that treat you as though you are a human, they're missing, right? And there's not that many people out here speaking about it on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So today is the day that we do that. We speak out, we speak up, and we let these people know that all these youth, these 50 youth that are currently sitting in this building behind here, that we are out here speaking out and speaking up for them. That we hear their pain. We are taking their power that they lost when they got locked and chained, put in this building. We're giving them that power back today, standing out here in front of this building, having this rally today. And for all the people who will be inside that jail site across the street, I commend you in every way, shape, or form, because you are laying down your life as well as yourself for these young people that's locked up in this building right here. And for them not to be wrongly persecuted, being charged as an adult when they are clearly young people. So, yet again, I just want to leave you all with the message that no matter what your struggle is, there is someone somewhere fighting for your rights. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to bring up our final speaker, and then we're going to march down to this proposed youth jail site. So, former president of the NAACP, now with the National Action Network, Zach Cheatham.
Good afternoon. Let me hear you say, no justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No peace.
No justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No peace.
I am so honored to see so many people out here today. I get the news media keep saying I'm the past this, I'm the past this. The only thing I'm really proud to say, I'm the past local president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference here in Baltimore City. And if I were to give you two quotes from Dr. King, and I'll be real brief. The first one was that we have guided missiles, but misguided men. We have guided missiles, but misguided men. And it's misguided when we get to the point in time in our nation that we feel we need to incarcerate better than educate. And it's encouraged. The second quote is that in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. And it is clear by you being here today, you're not being silent. But we have a challenge and a responsibility on Dr. King's birthday to reach out to more folks of different color, to reach out to more folks of different ages, to reach out to more people of different ethnicities, because we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Some of us just left a rally where we have a freedom school that's being named after Eddie Marshall Conway. Been in jail over 40 years and started here. This is what our children can expect if we don't begin to say we have a responsibility to speak out for all of our children. And we must claim all of these to be our children. We must claim these to be our children, and then we can start to fight. God bless all of you for being here today. We have more in common than we do in difference. We have to come together as a community, young and old, rich and poor, black and white, to fight because we got some misguided folks that want to incarcerate better than educate our children. God bless you. Everybody be safe.